Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross reading for Divine Feminine Energy. I am going to be looking at the heart of the matter. What is Divine Feminine Energy dealing with this week? What is going to impact you or affect you? I will look at some past, present, future energies. I'm also going to look at how those around you are impacting your situation. And of course, we'll look at some outcome and guidance. And I may do some free readings at the end, really just depends on how it goes. Please remember, guys, we are multi-streaming, so we are back on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I know we had a little hiccup with the masculine reading, so I do apologize for that. If you guys missed it over on Facebook, please remember we do multi-stream on 3 different platforms. So if anything ever happens to one, you can find us on any of the other platforms. So Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I see everyone coming in. Hello, Diana. Hello, Michelle. Let me know, ladies, sound, picture, everything is okay. Keeping it pretty simple tonight. I've picked the Magic of the Unicorn Oracle for our guidance. I'm going to clarify with the Triple Goddess Tarot, and we're actually going to do the main spread for Divine Feminine Energy using the Chakra Love Oracle that Miss L gifted me. So that's what we're going to use tonight. Perfect. Thank you, Michelle. So how many of you guys got the trivia question at the beginning right? I had a friend tell me everyone likes trivia. I think that's true. So I started putting these little trivia questions at the beginning of our lives. I don't play very long, so I don't. Sometimes you guys come in a little bit later, so you might not see them. Hi, Jenna. Victoria, everyone coming in. All right, let's jump right in. Divine Feminine, Heart of the Matter. I'm trying to shuffle on the camera when we have video. There we go, just for things like that. Grounding, sink your roots deep and connect them to the heart of the earth. This is the root chakra coming out. So this is going to be the heart of the matter for Divine Feminine. So grounding is probably challenging for us right now. You could feel very I feel a little scattered. A little bit of like Two of Pentacles energy, like you're just being pulled in too many directions. This could be for a couple different reasons. Like we could be following purpose, and that alignment process could be pulling us in many different directions. But it could also be that we ourselves are, I don't know, like not in alignment. So we're kind of scattered, putting our energies here and our energy there and kind of everywhere. And we need to focus and kind of pull it together is the message that I'm hearing. So grounding is something that is actually really easy. And I know that we struggle with it often. And everything is, I say, is easy, but everything is a practice, right? So it's like the more you do it, the better you get type of thing. You know what I mean? And so grounding is very much the same thing. I always say, go outside and touch a tree. I had another friend tell me, Rosa, I went outside, touched a tree, and nothing happened. Okay, so again, something that you do over and over and becomes a practice, and you get better and better at it. But one of the things that I like to do, especially when I was creating PLR and I was sitting at that desk for 3 years, I like to envision roots, like tree roots, coming out of the bottoms of my feet and going down into the center of the earth, deep, deep, deep into the center of the earth, and then coming back up and reattaching to the bottoms of my feet. And this envisionment, I don't know if I just made that word up or not, definitely helps me always feel centered, grounded, like I can just bring it all in type of energy. And I feel like that's what Spirit's asking us to do here. Another way of grounding that I recently learned from one of the Native American Indian people on TikTok. I can't remember her name, of course, 'cause I don't ever remember anybody's name, but she was telling this story about grounding and how they, Native American Indians have been doing this for, ever, right? And she talks about how one of the ways that her tribe grounded was, people say go outside, be barefoot, sit on the ground, that type of thing. They would take their shirts off and they would lay with their bellies on the floor. I mean, on the ground. And so, like, the belly button being connected to the ground had some sort of significant meaning to them and gave them, another grounding practice. So that's something that you could try too, especially if you have Native American Indian in your bloodline, right? I do. I do. I have Cherokee Indian. My mom's dad was full-blooded in Cherokee Indian. All right, let's see what's crashing divine feminine. So we have creativity. It says use creativity to transform your pain into positivity. This is what we're doing actually every day on this journey. And we actually, for divine feminine energy, actually do it very well, if you ask me, in my opinion. But do we struggle from time to time to turn our pain into something positive? Do we struggle from time to time to transmute the energies? And here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, especially if you're on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, is you're transmuting the energy of everyone around you. Your tribe is everyone around you, people that you interact with every single day, right? And so when you're on this specific type of awakening journey, like, that's our purpose. That's why we're here. That's why Spirit's having us on this, like, twin flame journey, right? And it's because we're turning negative energies or lower vibrational energies. Remember, guys, everything is just a label, but we're turning it into positive energy or light, right? And so that can be exhausting and very daunting. So if you guys don't like, if you don't understand like what type of awakening journey you're experiencing, or like what's going on, why you feel so tired, exhausted, that type of stuff all the time, if you're not cleansing and you're not like taking good care of your own spiritual health, it could definitely be very challenging to turn that pain into a positive situation. William, hello. All right, so now I'm going to look at your highest expectation. What is divine feminine's highest expectation? So there's something happening to you where you're having a hard time grounding yourself. It could be like affecting your creativity. It could be affecting how you follow purpose. Remember, that's what creativity is given to us for. To be able to follow our purpose, to use to follow our purpose. But I think it's more about turning that pain into light. And I think it's more about the energies that you have around you. Your energies are very scattered. You're helping this person, you're helping that person, you're helping this person, but are you helping you? And is this going to be a situation, like, we'll see more, of course, as we get through more of the reading, but is this going to be a situation for divine feminine where you're depleting your cup and you're forgetting to replenish your cup, right? To fill your cup first, which definitely could happen very easily and quickly for divine feminine energy, because it's always nurturing energy. We're always helping and taking care of others, right? All right, so let's see. Highest expectation. We have meditation. To see more clearly, close your eyes. So it's like, you have to do the work. Meditation is just one of those steps, right? It's the work. It's something you have to do. And meditation was really difficult for me when I very first started PLR. I would come out here and talk to you guys about meditation, and I would tell you, hey, you need to go meditate. We all need to meditate. We're supposed to be meditating. And I really didn't understand what meditation was, because I was looking at other people's definition of meditation, right? And so it took me quite some time, again, in my own spiritual practices, to realize what meditation was and how to do it, and then how to do it well. So now I feel like when I really think about it, my problem now is that I don't use it when I absolutely need it. It's like I'll use it when it's, Saturday afternoon and I don't need it at that moment, but I just have this extra time type of thing. But when I'm in the midst of, whatever, like that's when I need it. That's where I'm struggling right now. But meditation is literally just I'm trying to think of like the simplest way to describe this because I feel like we make everything sound so complicated and it's really not. It's just a way to ground your energy, right? It's just a way to pull everything in. It's just a way to calm down the mind and really just focus on the inner self, right? Like that's my definition, me personally, Rosa, not like some doctor or whatever, on meditation, right? That's what I've learned through my practices. And what else I've learned is that, again, it's a practice. So, again, just like everything else, the more you do it, the better you get. And one of the common like misconceptions about meditation, I feel like I hear often, especially like when I'm talking to you guys lives, personal lives, or whatever we're doing, is like you think that you're supposed to not have any thoughts. You're like, well, I try to meditate, but all these thoughts come in and I just can't focus. Or you'll say like, I can't turn it off long enough to meditate. Um, but there's a whole bunch of different things that people say. And so here's what I'm going to say. It's a process. So at the beginning, when you first start meditating, of course, it's going to look different than by the time you become the spiritual monk and you move off to Tibet, right? Like, of course, that person meditates different than a person that's just learning how to meditate, right? So what I'm going to say is when you're practicing meditation, daily practice is key, just like anything else. If you're trying to learn something and you want to become good at it, you need to practice it as much as often as possible. Daily practices are important. So we actually did like a webinar on creating your own daily practice for meditation. And I gave you guys some of those meditation journals. I hope you guys are using them. But yeah, so it's something that again, the more you do it, the better you get. So it's almost like that you need to close those eyes, that you need to rest, that you need to replenish your cup. It's like you already know that you're depleting yourself. So here's what I'm getting from the 3 cards that we've pulled out already. Okay, so it feels like we've been going through these testing periods. Several of you guys have messaged me about saying like, I've been dealing with all these triggers, or I'm feeling all these triggers come up, Rosa, and I don't know why I'm experiencing all these triggers. And what I'm saying to you guys is, hey, do you realize that you're seeing the trigger, like you're noticing it, you understand what it is, you understand why it affects you a certain way, you understand that you're working on healing that situation so that thing doesn't trigger you anymore, right? So this is the same thing. It's almost like you know that you're depleting yourself, and it's like spirit's allowing you to see what it is that you're doing that's causing you to deplete yourself so you can go back to what it was that you were doing when you were filling that cup, right? Like when you were taking care of yourself. For me personally, it's going to be my diet. Like I feel like I just go way haywire. Like remember when it was just I was taking honey out and I was drinking nothing but tea and milk. Remember that? And what else? I was even cutting milk out. But like, I mean, I don't know. I went back to work and fast food is so easy, right? Like it's so easy to jump in your car. It's like, I don't feel like making dinner. I'm just gonna run to McDonald's. We're all gonna eat this cancer burger and fried French fries, right? Like that. I mean, I'm not trying to say whatever about McDonald's. They're all the same. But what happens when you're in this awakening is like spirit doesn't let you eat this stuff anymore. Like you start to feel a certain way when you're doing it. We have free will. Like the spirit's going to let us go get the McDonald's. If that's what you want to do, Rosa, go get the McDonald's. But let me tell you how you're going to feel for the next 3 hours after you eat this McDonald's. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like we know what we have to do. We know how to do it. And it's like all we have to do now is just pull all these energies back in, like rein it back in, right? And just start fresh, give ourselves a clean slate. We have all of the knowledge now. We have all the ingredients. We have everything we need to get back on the right track, to get back into alignment. This reading is coming out super easy. I love it. All right, let's see. Energy that's coming into being that you don't know yet. Energy that's coming into being that you don't know. Forgiveness is coming out. I like seeing that. It's the heart chakra. Malachite is on there. It says, you'll find freedom and forgiveness. That's facts. It also took me a long time to realize that when you have people say that forgiveness is for you, it's not for the other person. We don't really understand what that means. So, like, something I've been learning and kind of studying, doing a little research on is, did you know that you can have bitterness in your heart? Like, you can have anger in your heart. You can have all of this lower vibrational, lower frequency, emotional energy, and it could cause you to physically be ill. It can literally physically cause your cells in your body to become toxic, to become unhealthy. Um, I've been learning a lot about the cells. And so it's like, it's just so interesting to me that emotion, feeling can cause us to be physically sick. Like, that just blows my mind. But when people say like forgiveness is for you and it's not for the other person, that is so true. Because when you're angry at that person, or you're bitter, or you're jealous, or you're whatever it is that you are, you're just allowing that energy to eat away at your healthy cells. That's literally what you're doing. So it's like, the moment you're like, you know what, I'm not going to allow this person to take anything else from me. Anything else. They've already taken your happiness, your time, your whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't let them take anything else. Draw the line. Forgiveness is key. But here's what I learned. Are you ready? You can say, I forgive you. I forgive that person. I'm not going to let that person take any energy from me. It's completely done. That's great. But that's what I would like to call sweeping it under the rug. You're not really offering forgiveness, because if you're offering forgiveness, then now you have compassion. Now you have empathy. Now you have understanding, right? Now you can put yourself in that person's shoes and see why it is that they did whatever they did. And I want to say one more thing. Forgiveness does not necessarily mean that you are allowing, right? You can forgive someone and have a boundary and enforce that boundary and not allow that person to treat you in that way ever again. But holding on to any anger or bitterness or jealousy or envy or any of that lower vibrational energy is physically hurting just you. So what's coming into being is forgiveness. Now, whether that's forgiveness of you or you forgiving of others, I'm not sure. We'll definitely clarify. I feel like since we're looking at divine feminine energy, this is about you learning to forgive others. And I know that's been big in my journey. There's something that happened to me, I don't know, I guess about a week ago or a little over a week ago, where I really could have nuked some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really could have set off some bombs. And I don't know. It was like, I mean, of course, Spirit was telling me not to. But Spirit tells me not to, and I still do sometimes anyway, right? But it was one of those moments where I was like, I felt so sorry for that person and their existence, like their life, the things they have to deal with every single day, the misery that they have to live with, the choices that they've made in life, the choices they continue to make. So it was like, when I started to think of all of that, I could see clearly why the person had done what they did to me. It was easy for me to have compassion, understanding, and empathy. I can forgive them easily. I didn't even have to lash out or drop the bombs, right? Like, I didn't have to do anything. I just walked away, like, completely, totally easily, not a problem. But it doesn't mean I condone the behavior. And it doesn't mean that I will ever allow that person to be in a position to do something like that to me again. See what I'm saying? All right, let's pull one more before we start clarifying. Let's look at the past energies. So we have trust. All right, so there was something where you were struggling with trust in the past, and it's like now you're not struggling with it anymore. That could be a whole bunch of different things. Again, we'll clarify when we get to the Rider Waite. But I picked it up right away. Like before, I didn't trust the situation. Now I have full 100%. It's like a knowing, and I feel like I said that recently. That could have been in my own personal experiences. But it is. There's something about like now there's a knowing, there's a confirmation. You are 110% sure you'll never question it again. Destiny is on the bottom. Follow your instincts, they lead to the truth. It's interesting. I recently met a person with that name, and she is not a Rosa fan. Don't ask me what I did because I don't know. I don't know. But I definitely can tell that Spirit has put her in my space for some lesson or another. If you guys know me personally, like Spirit has really been working with me on kindness. I always used to blame the Aries, but maybe it's like, you know, life trauma too. But kindness has been like the thing that Spirit has been focused on, like since the beginning of my spiritual awakening. All right, I'm going to start with the grounding card. It said, sink your roots deep and connect them to the heart of the earth. Wow. 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 I'm trying not to choke on my hot chocolate, y'all. I'm sorry. I also seen a TikTok video the other day where they were talking about cocoa. Like cocoa, they're learning. They've done some study now for however many years. They studied this like dark chocolate cocoa. I don't know. But it's helping like stem like remake your cells. I don't know how to explain it, but I just want to say the things they're finding out in science and medical science today is amazing. All right, so the grounding card comes out. The first card to come out is the Fool card, and this is Triple Goddess Tarot. So there's actually two Fool cards in this particular tarot set. One of them is the one where she's got the boots on, the backpack, and the leather pants, and it's like she's super ready to go. This is the one where it looks like she's wearing a t-shirt and she's barefoot, and it's like you feel like you're not ready, but Spirit's saying, no, you are ready. I just want to point out three major arcanas coming out for Divine Feminine part of the matter, the grounding card. And then, of course, we have the Lovers. Surprise, surprise. Is anyone actually really surprised? But the Lovers is my clue card for the Twin Flame journey. It is Gemini energy. And of course, it is actually the meaning of the Lovers card says that we are choosing to love ourselves and heal ourselves so that we can come into union whole and healthy, right? Like that's the whole goal. In the Triple Goddess Tarot, it's like they've already done that and now they're making like this commitment to one another. And then we also have Scorpio energy, of course, coming out, Pluto energy coming out with the Judgment card. And this is definitely about hearing your calling and following your purpose. to me, it's this energy where divine feminine just recently may have gotten confirmation, one, who their counterpart is, or like who their divine masculine is, especially if there's like a 3D counterpart. And you may have also gotten confirmation of what your purpose is. It's like I'm seeing like a lot of like aha moments that could have been why you're having struggling to ground yourself. I heard the word overstimulated, but it's all going to be based on the fact that you understand now that it's always been about the purpose and not the person. And I just want to say the Ace of Cups is on the bottom. It's definitely giving me like aha moment type of energy. But there's also an overflow of emotion. I keep hearing the word overstimulated. Like there's just so much going on because you have this knowing, because you have this full trust in your journey now. There definitely could even be, for some of us, there could be a little emotional energy, a little emotional release type of energy. That could be why we have this particular Fool card here, because it's like you thought it was something else, or you thought it was headed somewhere else. And it's like now that there's understanding that you pretty much create what it is that you want, right? Like how it is that you want it to go. You're having to release an old situation in order to accept a new situation. And there could be some emotional overflow with that as well. So Aries energy, Gemini energy, and Scorpio energy. I just want you guys to know this is my spiritual awakening right here. I'm the Aries. The Scorpio is its counterpart energy. And of course, Gemini is the journey that we're on. All right, let's look at creativity. So I felt like this was very much like too much pain, struggling to transmute the pain that you are being asked to transmute. In other words, just turning that pain into positivity, turning that pain into light. I feel like you could feel overwhelmed, like there's possible, like there's a lot of emotions around you. You could be helping a lot of people heal at this time. We have what's that card? It's the Two of Pentacles. Remember I even said at the beginning, I said, I feel that Two of Pentacles energy, like we're being pulled in too many directions, right? We also have Three of Swords. These are all the healing, right? And Three of Wands is here. Three of Wands is about taking action towards your future. So it's almost like, I feel like it's just confirmation of what I said earlier. So you feel like you're being pulled in too many directions. You're helping a lot of people in your tribe heal. You're transmuting a lot of energy around you. You're doing this because you could feel like it's something that you have to do. The Three of Wands is taking action towards your future. This is Triple Goddess Tarot. In this particular tarot set, it means she's already started. She's already doing it. But the issue is that you're being pulled in too many directions, and the direction that you most likely need to go in at this time is replenishing your own cup. And remember, we've already learned this. It's very much just like the triggers. We've already learned what triggers us. We understand them now. We see them now. It's easier for us to not be triggered by situations. When we are triggered, it's like we understand what's happening, and it's easiest for us to respond instead of react, right? This is the same thing. It's like there's action that you need to take, that you know you need to take, but you could feel like you're too busy helping someone else. All right, meditation was the highest expectation. I feel like you could be struggling to meditate, but I do feel like, again, just like triggers, it's like you know what steps you need to take in order to replenish your own cup. So if there's anybody out there, and I feel like there may have been like one or two of you out there that are like, no, Rosa, I have to do this every day. This is what I'm supposed to do. If you were questioning like, hey, am I supposed to be spending time on me right now? The answer is yes, right? The answer is yes. Like we've discussed many, many times about what it feels like to our loved ones when we're just pouring our depletion on them. right? So Two of Wands, Five of Cups, ooh, and the Devil card comes out. Capricorn energy strongly. But again, Triple Goddess Tarot. So it's called the Crone card in Triple Goddess Tarot. And it actually talks about how she's overcome that devil energy. So Two of Wands is like you have an important decision to make. So for some of you, you may be going somewhere like physically, but I think for most of you, it's more mentally, emotionally. Five of Cups is the loss that you experienced at the beginning of the awakening, the thing that catapulted your awakening. And the Devil card, this crone energy, is like you can choose to not meditate. You can choose to eat the McDonald's. You can choose to drink the soda. You can choose to smoke your cigarettes. You can choose to drink your booze. You can choose to do all the things, right? Because we do have free will. We are allowed to make poor choices, right? So it's like we can choose to do all of that and stay in that lower vibrational energy, stay in that sadness, stay in that grieving, never fully heal from something because we're too busy focused on what was lost, right? You can definitely do that. Or you can take this step now and take the action where you start implementing what you've learned and you can become the crone energy. You can become the person that defeats that devil energy, that toxic energy, that unhealthy energy. I love the devil card in Triple Goddess Tarot because we always talk about the cords. Whenever we're talking about twin flames, we always talk about the cord. Like, I feel this cord. There's this feeling. I would say it's right about above my solar plexus chakra, below my heart chakra. People are always like, "Oh, it's my heart." No, it's not. Like, I would say in between those two chakras, there is this pull. There is this cord. There is this thing that's constantly pulling me back to this journey that I'm on, right? Some of you think that it's pulling back to a certain person. That's actually not true. You're both just happen to be on this specific journey. But what happens is you feel attached to this person. You're like, I'm going to cut cords, and you pay hundreds of dollars to somebody to do some spell and tell you that they're going to cut some cord. And I'm not saying that that doesn't work in other situations for other things, but I promise you that it does not work for this situation. And the reason I know that is because if it did work, we would all do it, and then we'd never learn about twin flames. We'd never hear about this specific type of spiritual awakening journey because we all cut the cords when it got painful, and we'd be like, no, I'm out, right? So it's like, I love the devil card in here because you see that red cord. It's laying behind her, like on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see it on the picture, but she's not attached to it anymore. And one time I was watching MJ on Soulful Revolution. I love her, guys. If you guys never checked her out, go check her out. She's so informative. She's so knowledgeable. And she's so helpful for those of us on this specific type of journey. But she was talking about the cords, and she started talking about cord cutting. And I was like, oh no, MJ, please don't do that, because she's not a liar. Like, she's very factual. She comes out and tells you the facts. She's not a sugarcoater. So I was like, I know she's not coming out here and telling people to go cut cords, because that's not going to work. If you feel like you can cut a cord with your twin flame and you can walk away and never think about it again, then you're not even on this type of awakening journey, right? It's so impossible. So it's like when she said something about cord cutting and she was going to talk about how that is possible, I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to lose me, right? Like, I just know it's not possible. Well, you know what she talked about? Here's how MJ described cord cutting. It's not about walking up and going, oh, snip, I'm out. I can't do this. I give up. It's over, whatever. No, that's impossible and doesn't work. What it is about is that feeling, that pulling that's inside of us, like where I was talking about in between those chakras, like right above my solar plexus chakra, that feeling of that tug that we feel, she said, it's like a hook inside your soul. And she's like, you got to go in there and heal that tissue around that hook. And you got to gently pull that hook out. And that's how you unhook yourself or uncord yourself. And I feel like that is the best definition. That is the only definition. And that is the only way that you will get that feeling to go away, right? Like, that's the only way that's ever going to work. And I promise you, it takes a whole lifetime to do that. If you meet someone that says, I'm unhooked or I'm healed. I'm fully healed. I've done it all. I didn't, there's nothing else for me to, that's not true. It's not true. This whole lifetime, that's what we're down here doing. This whole lifetime. All right, energy coming into being that we don't know yet is the forgiveness card. It says you will find freedom in forgiveness. Look at that. So the strength card comes out. It's actually called the healer card in Triple Goddess Tarot. See how she's healing the wounded animal? It is about pulling from internal strength. So it's like something is very difficult for you to forgive, or you feel really challenged by this thing that you need to forgive. But Spirit's asking you to focus on what it is that you're here doing. If you're on this type of awakening, you're a healer of some sort. You're going to help people heal in some shape, way, form, or fashion. Most likely, it's going to have something to do with what it is that you went through personally, right? Like that's what you're going to help other people that are going through that same situation heal. So it's like Spirit's putting out the fact that like you're a healer. So yes, is it hard for you to pull from your internal strength to be able to forgive this person or forgive this energy or situation or whatever it is? Well, yes, of course it is. But there's like great purpose here. Three of Pentacles is teamwork, partnership, coming together, working together. It's like you have a job. And then 10 of Swords is here, and 10 of Swords is about bringing a completion to a painful life cycle. For me, this is giving me like chain breaker type of energy. I always like say that when I feel like, you know how I always talk about like generational curses or generational trauma. It's something that your family's been dealing with for over and over, each generation. And it's like you're the one that's going to stop it. You're the one that's going to heal it, like once and for all. For a lot of us, it's mental health. For a lot of us, it's just admitting that there's an issue and that we need to focus on something and we need to heal something. Because for most of us, it's like we came from a generation where our families didn't talk about this stuff. Like it was hush hush. You weren't going to talk about feeling sad or bad. Like you just felt great and you lied about it. What was it? Fake it till you make it, right? Like that was my life motto for like the longest time. So it's like that's what's coming to an end. On the bottom is Four of Cups. And Four of Cups in Triple Goddess Tarot does show her like looking out that window, and it talks about daydreaming and being able to manifest what it is you want just by envisioning it. But I'm getting more of like Four of Cups is also that card that says you now have all the ingredients. You now have all the pieces to the puzzle. You know what you're supposed to be doing, and it's definitely time to get to work. All right, let's look at that trust card. So there was something that you didn't trust before, something you didn't have faith in before, and it's like now that's completely done. You're 110% fully committed. So we have the Seven of Cups coming out. Seven of Cups are options or choices. It's about making good choices, being cautious what choices you make. The Knight of Wands is here. Knight of Wands is about delivering a message of passion, action, but it's also a card that speaks about restless energy. So I'm definitely getting like, don't be reckless at this time. And then the Wheel of Fortune card is here. I feel like you are now making better choices. Maybe you were more reckless before and now you're not. See how he's almost like pulling the horse back, like he's reining it in, right? And the Wheel of Fortune could definitely be saying like, now it's time, that type of thing. But I feel like it's more about things starting to bend in your favor, things starting to bend in your favor. On the bottom is the King of Swords. This could be why things are starting to bend in your favor, because King of Swords is all about authenticity, speaking truth. In the Triple Goddess Tarot, it's a little bit of mentorship. See how she's kind of teaching everyone, the small children around her, like a certain situation, which is, of course, just speaking truth and being authentic. All right. I'm going to scoot these over just really quickly. And I'm just going to make some room here. I'm going to show you guys my little trivia question again, for those of you that missed it. So we've seen Sagittarius, Aries, Capricorn, Gemini, Leo energy. All right, so energy that's coming in the future. We have a strength card coming out, big confirmation because we've seen that strength card. So it says strength comes from your connection to the root of your being. How interesting, because remember, this is why I like to leave these out. The root of the problem was also root chakra, the grounding card. Sink your roots deep, connect them to the heart of the earth. So what's coming is making good choices and alignment, right? Because now the strength comes in. I feel like you're going to feel more connected to spirit, more understanding the root of your being. So it's like more understanding of your purpose, like why you went through a certain situation and what it is that you're supposed to be doing with it now, right? All right, let's look at how others around you are affecting the situation. So we have the solar plexus chakra coming out. The confidence card is here. It says, no one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. That's pretty interesting for me personally. Okay, so how many of you feel like when you met your counterpart energy, that you were each other's cheerleader? You were each other's like mostly main support system. I feel like for a lot of us, it's kind of how it is. And what happens when we meet this energy, the whole point of this experience is for us to learn how to balance our own inner masculine and feminine energies, right? How to learn how to love ourselves, how to learn how to heal ourselves, how to learn how to see our own worth, right? Like all of those types of energies. So two things. It's like the energy around you is helping you become a better you. Doesn't mean that they're doing it on purpose. It doesn't mean that they're doing it in a kind and nice way. I feel like for some of you, your original cheerleader has taught you how to cheer for yourself, right? Solar plexus chakra is personal power. It's that chakra that I was just talking about, like a couple inches from your above your belly button. And so this is where you hold your personal power. So I feel like how others around you are impacting the energy. If you're still needing someone else to cheer you on, if you're still needing to get confirmation from anyone else, if you're still needing someone else to give you confidence, then you're giving your personal power away to those around you. If you no longer need someone to cheer you on because now you cheer yourself on, if you no longer need someone to give you anything because now you've learned how to give all those things to yourself, then you're calling your power back from these people, right? How interesting. All right, let's look and see how you affect the situation. How are you impacting the grounding energy, the feeling scattered, like there's so much for me to do, so many people to help. We have solar plexus chakra coming out again. No such thing as a coincidence, guys. All right, so we have the shine card. You are made of stardust, so keep sparkling. I love that. It's almost like you keep pushing, like you have this going, you can't quit. You're almost there type of energy. And the shine card, I mean, it's like your light is shining brightly. We see that all the time. Those messages come out all the time. Again, especially on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, right? All right, let's look at hopes and fears. Got a lot of root chakra coming out. All right, so foundation comes out. Foundation is the castle of your foundation is what the castle of your soul is built upon. Foundation is what the castle of your soul is built upon. Hopes and fears. I don't think there's necessarily a fear energy here. For me personally, I've experienced a lot of tower moments where I feel like my foundation crumbled and I had to rebuild. And I feel like that happened to me several times as I was going through a dark night of the soul. And I feel like I am just now to the point where I'm building my own foundation. It's based on me, myself, what I plan to do on this journey that I'm on. So, in other words, it's like it can't be impacted by anyone else. So, I do feel like that's the foundation that I'm building now. And it could be possible that our hope here is that we're doing the right thing, right? Um, and that we're doing enough. All right. I'm going to pull one for the outcome, but I'm not going to turn it over. I saw it until the end. All right. I seen sacral chakra, so I can tell you that it's a sacral chakra card. The sun card just fell out. Happiness, joy, celebration, the self. When you experience spiritual awakening, most likely this type of awakening, most likely you were someone who was what they like to call a people pleaser, which means you were constantly always doing for someone else, but you didn't ever give that energy back to yourself. When you go through this journey, you learn how to do just that. You learn how to give that energy back to yourself. And at first, it can seem really selfish. At first, you ever heard somebody say that? Like, if you make a boundary and you enforce your boundaries, it could seem selfish, like you're being mean or selfish, like you're just focused on you. So I always try to tell you guys, like, the most important part about understanding this, I like to use the example of the people on the plane. You know how when you get on the plane and the lady is going through, like, or the man, whatever, going through the whole explanation of this is what we do in case of an emergency. And when the oxygen mask comes down, they tell you you have to put your mask on first. And you have to put your mask on first because you can't help anybody else if you don't make it, right? Like, if you can't breathe, you can't help anybody else breathe. So they always tell you to put your mask on first. So I've always said you have to learn how to fill your own cup. It's like we're definitely at this point here where we know now. It's almost like a crossroads. Like, which action are we going to take? Do we give our personal power away by continuing to people please because we don't want to seem selfish, because we don't know how to put that energy towards ourselves, right? Or do we start implementing everything we've learned, whether it seems selfish or not? All right, the strength card. Strength comes from your connection to the root of your being, and the sun card comes out. We've seen the sun card. I said it fell out. It was trying to come out. So it's like this energy, big confirmation of the self. The Five of Wands comes out, says, is this challenging for you? Yes, it is. But have you been training for this? I always say it's not Five of Swords energy, right? It's something that you're preparing for. You're learning how to do something. Six of Cups comes out. So Six of Cups could be childhood memories. It could also be about a gift, and it could be that about you're giving a gift to yourself, definitely. But I'm definitely picking up reunion. It's reunion. It's almost like you can't move into union until you've learned how to heal you, how to take care of you, how to replenish your cup, how to put your mask on first. The Five of Wands, and this is future energy. The Five of Wands says you've learned how to do this. Now you have to implement. All right, how others around you are affecting the situation. So we have the King of Pentacles coming out. We have that Four of Cups coming out. And there's that Five of Swords I was just talking about. So for some of you, you could feel a lack of confidence because you still need someone else to cheer you on. But I think for most of you, I think what the cards are saying that this is internal. Five of Swords is an internal disagreement, an internal struggle. I feel like the King of Pentacles is about stepping up to the plate, taking responsibility, understanding that it's no one's responsibility to be your cheerleader except you. I think you know it. You're just struggling with the idea of it. Look at the Shine card. You're made of stardust, so keep sparkling. We have the Justice card coming out, Libra energy strongly. The Justice card says there's been a great injustice done, and now the scales have to be balanced. There's a fight to get those scales balanced. It doesn't just happen on its own. The Seven of Swords is here. The Seven of Swords could be about disbelief or distrust, but a lot of times when the Seven of Swords comes out in a more positive manner, it's about not needing to tell everyone what it is that you're doing. And then the Page of Pentacles comes out here. I feel like you're getting some sort of new start, some sort of new beginning. You may even be getting some sort of new offer. Something about the paperwork is sticking out to me, but the message is clear. The scales are being balanced. A great injustice was done, but because you've been shining your light, because you've been helping others, it's like now you're going to get this new offer, some sort of new beginning. Seven of Swords could have something to do with disbelief. All right, let's look at that Foundation card. So this was hopes and fears. Foundation is what the castle of your soul is built upon. We have the Six of Swords coming out. I love this. So Six of Swords says you're following Spirit's guidance. You're leaving the toxicity behind. You're leaving anything that's unhealthy. It's not serving your greater good. And you're following Spirit's guidance to calmer waters. We also have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about wanting to learn more, higher learning, like higher knowledge, like there's more wisdom to be gained. And then we have the Magician coming out, Mercury energy. You want to be able to clearly understand the path that you're on. You want to be able to clearly understand what it is that you're capable of. And I'm definitely getting like this message about working with the elements, being able to understand how it is that you can tap into that energy and manifest the things that you want. Big confirmation with that Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. Manifest the things that you want. All right, fertility. Wow, this is so interesting. I don't normally talk about pregnancy, but for some of you, it could have something to do with that, clearly. So fertility is the outcome. And it's definitely giving me this energy like something is birthed, something is created. It is the sacral chakra card. Let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation. Big confirmations from Spirit. This is a brand new beginning for Divine Feminine. This is a Divine Feminine who has went from wounded feminine to Divine Feminine. You now are focused on your healing path, not allowing anything, any obstacles in your way. You're focused, you're dedicated, and your only goal is literally just to follow Spirit. Ace of Pentacles is here, big confirmation. There's that new beginning that you fought for. Two of Swords, I'm sorry, why did I say swords? Two of Cups energy, it's soulmate energy. That's what I was trying to say. Soulmate energy. It's partnership coming together. And Eight of Cups is here. You do get a new beginning. You do get a new partnership, but it's only because you were able to walk away and leave something in your past. The Eight of Cups is literally the card that says you are walking towards your Two of Cups. So there's your 10 of Cups, right? You guys see it? The goal is 10 cups. Here's your Two of Cups. There's your Eight of Cups. Here's your new beginning. On the bottom, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about learning how to become your own resource. Big confirmations. All right, I'm going to pull some guidance. I don't believe I'm going to be doing any free readings tonight, guys. I do apologize. If you hung out for a free reading, please come back and join us on Sunday night. Sunday night, we'll be doing love and astrology, and I will be offering some free readings on Sunday night. If you guys are looking for personal readings, you can get those from my new website or over in the Etsy shop, and the link for those are always in the description box. The I am presence, big confirmation, spirit, expand your stellar gateway. I am that I am. Spirit is definitely telling you to focus on you. It's okay. You can't help those around you until you help yourself. Make sure to replenish yourself. Start with meditation. Clearly, that was a big message from spirit that came out in the Celtic cross reading. Practice meditation. It's definitely a practice. It's not something that's going to come to you easily. I don't know what kind of joke I made earlier, but I remember saying something about like the Buddhas in the temples, like we're not going to meditate like them on day one. It's definitely a practice, and you have to do it over and over and over, and just practice, guys. We did that meditation seminar webinar not too long ago, and I still have that information. So if any of you are struggling with your meditation, just reach out to me. I even have that dream journal or meditation journal that I created for you guys. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me, and I'll be happy to give you that information. All right, guys, Sunday night, I will be back Sunday night, love and astrology, free readings then. Thank you, everyone who came in, hung out. I appreciate all of you so very much. If you're new, make sure to hit that notification bell to all so it lets you know when we go live again. All right, I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.